guys, what's going on? It's Dr. Gonzo, Boogie here again, back for another Blu-ray, DVD, and VHS update video. And I got some awesome stuff to show you guys here, even though this is going to be a bit of a smaller update than my last few, because I've been waiting a month to post up each of my update videos recently, just because I've been really busy lately, so I've been having a lot to show in those videos, because I've been accumulating stuff for a whole month. But it's actually only been about like a week or a week and a half since my last update video, so I don't have quite as much to show here, but I do have a lot of awesome stuff here anyway. I actually have 5 Arrow video releases that I just picked up recently. They're all Blu-rays, and 2 of them are actually steelbooks, so I'm super excited about that, because if you guys have been keeping up with my recent updates, you guys know that my favorite thing to collect on Blu-ray right now is steelbook edition, so the Arrow Video Steelbook editions are probably the coolest steelbooks around, in my opinion, especially for horror movies. So excited about that. Can't wait to show you guys those. I have a few other, well, actually one other Blu-ray to show you guys. It's a Scream Factory release. And then I actually only have one DVD to show you guys, but it's a box set, so I'm real excited about that still. And last but not least in this video, I have an awesome stack of horror tapes here that I picked up at a thrift store yesterday. I was actually doing a little bit of thrift store hunting, and I struck VHS gold at a Goodwill. I found some awesome classic horror movies on VHS. Can't wait to show you guys that stuff too. So I'm just going to get going here, and I'm going to start off with the Blu-ray releases, and I'm going to start off with the Arrow video stuff, and on top of all that, I'm going to start off with the Arrow Video Steelbook. So here we go, and first off here, this is the Arrow Video Steelbook of Dario Argento's classic Giallo Tenebrae. This is one of Dario Argento's 80s films, came out of the 80s, and it's one of my all-time favorite Dario Argento's movies. Just such a cool movie here, but this release from Arrow Video is really, really nice. This is probably one of my favorite cover designs that I have on any of the steelbooks in my collection. I've always loved this poster for Tenebrae, and you know, it looks awesome on the steelbook for the cover. Got some really cool special features on this, like all Arrow Videos releases usually do. But I actually have the Synapse steelbook of Tenebrae, which is a 3-disc release. It comes with a DVD, a Blu-ray, and a soundtrack. But I wanted to pick this one up anyway, because like I said, Tenebrae is just one of my favorite out of Argento's movies. And I got a really, really good deal on this. I didn't pay too much for it at all, and I got it brand new, so real excited about that one. Next up for the steelbooks is The Beyond, the Lucio Fulci classic Italian horror film here. This is one of my favorite Lucio Fulci movies, this along with Zombie, and this is also sort of like a zombie movie. Really good stuff here. I'm sure most of you guys have seen this, or I'm sure you guys have another edition of this movie, but this is my favorite edition I've ever seen of this movie. Just a really, really nice steelbook here. Great cover art on this, and some really awesome special features. This is a 2-disc release. The first disc is a Blu-ray, and the Blu-ray is actually region-free, so anybody looking for region-free Arrow video releases, the Blu-ray on this pack is region-free, but the second disc, which is a DVD, is actually a region B release. So, but still just an awesome set here. Probably one of my favorite Blu-rays in my whole collection right now. Alright, so next up I have a few other Arrow video releases, and this is The Black Cat, another Lucio Fulci movie. I actually don't think this is one of his best movies. I actually just watched this one like 3-4 days ago, and I found that it was kind of boring. I remember having the same problem with this movie when I tried watching it like years ago when I had the Anchor Bay DVD. I remember I couldn't get through the whole thing. I actually got through the whole movie this time, but I found it being really boring. It was probably one of the most boring movies I've seen recently. I mean, it's not a bad Italian giallo, because a lot of the Italian giallos are like slow paced anyway. But still, I just definitely not one of Lucio Fulci's best movies. But still, it's pretty good. Okay, next up here was a movie that I had never seen or owned before I picked this edition up, and this is the Larry Cohen film, The Stuff. This was a really fun, awesome movie. Glad to finally add this one to my collection. I always wanted to get this one on DVD, but I never got around to it. So extremely excited to add Arrow Video's awesome release of this into my collection. Alright, and then last for the Arrow Video releases is probably my favorite movie in my Arrow Video collection right now, and this is the single disc release of Videodrome. And if you guys have followed my video for any amount of time, you might know that Videodrome is one of my all-time favorite movies ever. It's definitely my favorite David Cronenberg movie, and I just love everything about this movie. Just one of my favorite movies ever, so I felt like I had to get the Arrow Video release of this. This is actually a Region B release, so I can't play this on my Blu-ray player, which is a bit of a shame, but I have a couple other copies of Videodrome on Blu-ray, and one of them is the Criterion edition, so I figure the quality probably doesn't vary too much from the Criterion of this release, so I wasn't too worried about watching this copy. I just really felt like I had to add it to my collection. I love the cover art on this release. Just a really, really cool design. And it's just a nice looking release. I wish I could add the box set. Arrow Video put out a Videodrome limited edition box set. It's like a huge box set. I forget how many discs are on it, but that's probably the thing that I want more than anything in my collection right now. But it's just a little bit too pricey for me, so I picked this one up just to hold me over until I finally save up the money to pick up the Videodrome box set. But this is an awesome release anyway, and I'll probably hold on to this one still. Great stuff here. Videodrome, highly recommend it. One of my favorite movies ever. And then the last Blu-ray I have to show you guys here is Mad Max. And for people who follow my videos closely, you might think this is a double, because I did pick this movie up on Blu-ray around the time the new movie came out in theaters, so it's probably like 5-6 months ago, or I don't even know, maybe even a year ago now, when I first picked this one up. But I picked it up used at FYE, and it didn't have the slipcover on it. And one day when I was trading some of my stuff out of my collection, every once in a while I'll trade a few things in the FYE. You can get store credit, some of them give you cash. I ended up trading in that copy of Mad Max, mostly just because it was a used copy and it was missing the slip on it. And I saw this one brand new, so actually I didn't have this movie anymore in my collection, and I saw this brand new at Barnes & Noble. It was 30% off. It was only $16.99 before it was 30% off. So with the 30% off, it was only like $11. I thought that was a pretty good deal on this brand new with the slip. So I picked it up to add it to my collection again. And I finally got around to watching it too. I actually watched this one a few days ago. I thought it was a really awesome movie. I'd never seen the first Mad Max movie before, and it's really good stuff. Really fun 80s action stuff. Alright, but I said I have one DVD to show you guys, which is a box set. This is actually a box set of the 3 Rambo movies. This is a pretty cool box set. This is an older DVD box set, but I like older DVD box sets. I just like the way they look, and I like how they're all in separate cases. Most of the time now, if you buy a box set of movies, they're all in like a fold-out cardboard thing, which I just don't think is as nice as having them all in their own separate cases. And I love the first Rambo movie. It's actually one of my favorite non-horror movies ever. I usually watch it like once or twice a year, and I just like everything about the movie. I just think it's a really cool movie, and it's like a really deep movie too. It's not what you would think if you had never seen it. It's not just Rambo going around shooting people. It's actually a very political movie, and it's really well done and really, really well made too. Really like the first Rambo movie. The sequels I've never been too big into, but whenever I'm really, into Rambo and I'm watching the first one, I always check out the sequels too. So glad to pick this one up because I didn't have the second or third Rambo on anything before I picked this one up. But here's the Rambo 3 release here. Got Stallone there. Rambo 2, or Rambo First Blood Part 2. And then last but certainly not least is First Blood, or also known as Rambo. And again, one of my favorite non-horror movies ever. One of my favorite action movies ever. I guess the best way to put it. I just really, really enjoy this movie. Great stuff. Alright guys, but that was it for the DVDs and the Blu-rays. But I did say I have an awesome stack of VHSs that I picked up at a thrift store yesterday. So these are brand new additions into my collection. There was probably 20 or 25 classic horror VHSs at this thrift store when I went there last night, which is a really good amount, and most of them were Vincent Price movies, and I didn't really have enough money to buy all of them, and I didn't really want all of them, so I picked through and I picked out some of the best stuff they had there, and I ended up getting 8 VHS tapes from them last night. They were all $1 each, so I only spent like $8 on all these, and some of these are really rare and hard to find, so I thought it was a good deal, and I still think it was. So let me just go through here and show you guys the stuff I picked up. This is the only non-Vincent Price movie that I picked up, and this is a Universal monster movie. This is a double feature of The Black Cat and the Raven, both starring Boris Karloff and Bela Lugosi. These are just classic movies. If you guys have never seen these ones, and you're fans of Boris Karloff and Bela Lugosi, these are essential movies to watch of theirs. Just really great movies here. And this is actually a tape released by MCA Home Video in the 80s. And I'm actually trying to collect all of these tapes for the Universal Monster movies put out by MCA in the late 80s. And I already have Dracula, Frankenstein, and Bride of Frankenstein. And I just really like these releases. They have awesome artwork on all of them. And I know I think there's a release of The Mummy and Invisible Man in the series. So those two I still have to try to track down. But this is really awesome. This was brand new and sealed still. And this is a hard tape to find. I was checking eBay before I made this video to see how much it was going for. And I couldn't even find it listed on eBay. So I'm guessing this is a pretty rare tape. So really pumped to find that one. Probably my favorite tape that I found yesterday, but I still have some awesome stuff to show you guys, and the rest is all Vincent Price movies, which Vincent Price is one of my favorite actors, and you can't go wrong with a Vincent Price horror movie. They're all good stuff. First off here, we have Scream and Scream Again, and this is probably the coolest cover design on all the tapes, out of all the tapes that I picked up yesterday. Just really cool stuff here. Kind of a cartoony, cheesy cover artwork here, but it really works for me. Got some chick wearing a dress, getting her body half dissolved in a glass of acid or something like that. Just really cool stuff. Awesome looking little painting there. And I've never seen Scream and Scream Again before, so I'm looking forward to checking this one out too. I think there's a Scream Factory release of this, so if it's any good, I'll have to pick that up for sure. I'm sure it will be good. Again, Vincent Price. Can't go wrong with Vincent Price. So next up here, I actually have 4 tapes from a Vincent Price collection series put out by Orion Home Video. It's called the Vincent Price Collection. I actually have a few tapes from this collection already. I have The Mask of the Red Death, and I also have Cry the Banshee. But Orion Home Video in the 80s put out a whole series of like a ton of Vincent Price movies. Most of the ones that were released on DVD by Midnight Movie, MGM or whatever. But really cool stuff here. So I'll show you guys the ones that I picked up yesterday. First off here, we have Dr. Goldfoot and the Bikini Machine, some classic Vincent Price cheese here. I've never seen this one, but my friend Mike told me this is one of his favorite Vincent Price movies, so I'm really looking forward to checking this one out. This is like one of those beach party movies from the 60s, but it's got Vincent Price in it, so definitely looking forward to checking this one out. Looks like a lot of fun. Next up here is Tales of Terror. Another one that I don't think I've ever seen, even though I think at one point I did have the Midnight Movie DVD of this with another movie. It was on a 2-pack, but I can't even remember right now. Cool stuff here. But yeah, all these movies from this Vincent Price collection have this banner at the top that says Vincent Price Collection, and they all have a similar looking spine to them, just so you guys get a better idea how they look. So I actually wouldn't mind collecting all the tapes from the series and just putting them on a shelf displayed like this, they would look pretty sweet. And I got 2 more of these left. I got the Comedy of Terrors. It's got Boris Karloff and Peter Lorre in it. Classic film here. I do have this one on DVD. I'm pretty sure it comes with The Raven on one of those Midnight Movie 2-packs. Cool stuff. And then last for these Vincent Price collection tapes is The Abominable Dr. Phibes. One of my favorite Vincent Price movies. Really cool stuff here. Actually, I also have the Midnight Movie DVD of this one too, but can't go wrong with the VHS tape of this either. Alright, so I got 2 more VHSs to show you guys in this video. And they're more Vincent Price tapes. These are actually from another Vincent Price collection put out by HBO Home Video, but this is also released under Orion Pictures. So this is like another Orion Home Video, so this is like another Vincent Price series of tapes put out by Orion Home Video, I guess. And I picked up 2 of these. These were the only 2 they had from this series. I got the Haunted Palace and the House of 1,000 Dolls. And I haven't seen either of these movies. I might have seen the Haunted Palace actually, but I've never seen House of 1,000 Dolls. I actually think for a while this movie was kind of hard to find on DVD, but I think they just put out a Blu-ray for it. So I'm looking forward to checking both of these out. And this one right here, Haunted Palace, is still brand new, and this is one of the Roger Corman directed films. And Roger Corman is one of my favorite movie directors. He's such an awesome guy. So excited about all this, but that was it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, definitely give this video a big thumbs up or leave a comment, and I'll see you guys next time.